Welcome to Friday 5 Questions, the series where I sit down with global event leaders to uncover how they really run and grow their businesses. This week I'm speaking with Kanan Udeshi, founder and creative director of WIP, a destination weddings and events company based in Mumbai, India, which she founded in 2010. With over 30 years of experience in luxury hospitality and 15 years dedicated to destination celebrations, Kanan is known for creating seamless, heartfelt, and elegant experiences where every detail is thoughtfully designed around the guest experience. Let's get into the interview. Kanan, thank you so much for joining me for this Friday 5 series. And I always start by just getting my guest to introduce themselves. Please share a little bit about who you are, when you set up your business, and just anything about the business that you want to share.
So, my name is Kanan Udeshi. My company is called WIP. Don't ask me what the full form of that is, because there's many versions of the full form of that. My company's specialty is luxury destination wedding hospitality. So it's a niche within a niche. It's like I've said, our focus is really on the guest experience when there are large scale weddings in destinations within India or outside, and really to make sure everything runs seamlessly from the time the invitations go out to the time the guests say goodbye. I started this business in 2010.
15 years this year.
15 years this year, exactly. And I'm a hotelier, and I've studied, as you know.
Well, that's how we know each other, right? Because we studied together.
Yeah. When we were mere young pups, yeah.
A little younger than we are now.
Just a bit.
100%. But in Switzerland, and we learned the art of fine service. And that's what you're bringing to the business, right?
That's what I bring to the business.
Yeah. And so, okay, I just have a quick question. When you said hospitality, a niche within a niche, could you just explain what that niche is?
So when families do destination weddings, and when I say destination weddings, I'm saying weddings that are away from their hometowns. We generally they invite people to attend. Those people come from across the globe. So there's a series of things that starts even before they've reached the destination, which is them receiving the invitations, them RSVPing, them sharing their travel details, them having 100 questions about where they're going, what to expect, what to wear.
And we're talking obviously Indian weddings, and we're talking 4 or 5, 6 events, right?
Yes, definitely.
We're talking, and a lot of people. We're not talking 100 people.
Definitely.
Exactly.
100 people is just the immediate family, right?
Right. Perfect. Exactly. And you're transporting, so you're
Yes.
transporting a lot of people in a lot of hotel and with a lot of, I always tell this story because I've done Indian weddings in Singapore, and you're talking about, if you've got 5 or 6 events, a lady is traveling from, wherever she's traveling from, the US, Europe, whatever, and she's arriving in the hotel. She's going to have the garments that she's wearing. She's got 5 or 6 pieces in that garment, and she's got 5 events. And all of it needs steaming and pressing and preparing and yeah.
Yes. So that's all what we help with once you're on ground.
Right.
But there's the whole build up to it. For example, we're doing a wedding right now in India where there's one of the dress codes is a tuxedo. And one of the dress codes is traditional Indian. And there are guests who are saying, you know what, I'm coming all the way, I'm traveling across India before I even come to the wedding. How do I carry all of this? Is there somewhere where I can rent this stuff? Is there somewhere where I can buy this stuff? So there's a whole lot that goes in before they even
touch
arrive
the
at
ground.
the destination.
Right. Okay. So that's you.
So that's what I do. I worked at the Oberoi before the Oberoi is a chain in India.
Yes.
So
Beautiful hotels.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful hotels. Some of the most gorgeous hotels, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I talk about the Oberoi, I still say us because
Yes.
it's 14 years working there, it's still us.
So you bring that magical hospitality that you got from hotel school and then the Oberoi, and then you bring it into your business, and that's what you're delivering, right?
And the attention to detail.
And the attention to detail. Beautiful. Cool. So should we get into the questions?
Yes, please.
Okay. So question number one, how do you find your clients?
Aha. So actually, most of my clients come to me by referral.
Yeah.
The referrals are through other planners, through other families that I've worked with, through designers, and through other hotels. So that's really where my referrals come in from. Very little comes directly on social media
Right.
because honestly, uh, word of mouth has really been my,
It is for everyone.
it is for
It's a
everyone.
people business and you're only good as your last job, right? So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and just a quick question. So I'm going to jump back very quickly. So as a planner, do you plan the whole wedding or do you get built into the planning system?
Both.
Both, yeah. So people come to you and say, I want you to do the whole wedding. And then people
Yes.
come to you, I'm a wedding planner, and I say, Kanan,
Yeah.
could you please, bring in the hospitality element? We don't do
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because the hospitality, it's such a personal part of the entire
Oh,
experience. Um,
nowadays.
and more and more so.
Yeah.
It's such an important part of it. You actually need teams dedicated to that vertical,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's really who we are.
Amazing. It's so cool that you've done that. So, and yeah, and you're only as good as your last job. So you do a fabulous job and then,
Yes,
another bride's friend or whoever, and they're just like, you need to get Canan on the job.
yes,
Great.
and we've usually worked. If we've worked with the youngest sibling, we've generally worked with all the siblings in the family
Right.
through the years as they get married. So it's cute. It's
Yes.
it's lovely because
Yes.
it's a sense of familiarity. It's a sense of family.
Yeah.
It's really
You
nice.
become part of the
Yeah,
family because you get to know everyone so
absolutely.
intimately, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get
Yeah,
to know
and I'll tell
everyone's
you,
waist
you
size.
forget. No, 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 not that. But yeah, I'll tell you about this aunt, and I'll tell you about this uncle, and I'll tell you you've forgotten about this cousin.
Yeah. So
So
fun. That's nice.
yeah,
And that's the nice part of what you do, right?
actually, I love all of what I do.
Yeah,
It's all the nice
that's
part.
nice. I love that. So, okay, question number two then.
Okay, then.
What is the hardest part of running your business?
So I think the hardest part is maintaining consistency across destinations, across teams, across families,
Right.
because each of these have there's different cultures, there's different expectations, there's different um, dynamics, and just to maintain consistency while balancing all of these aspects of each wedding, and everything that we do is bespoke. So there is no cookie cutter response that's given. There's no cookie cutter script.
No.
So keeping the personalization while still maintaining consistency. I think that's probably one of the hardest parts of what I do.
And diving into that a little bit more as well, when you say consistency, can you give me an example? Like, what is that consistency that you're trying to maintain?
Um, so there's a variety of different things that come into the consistency, right? So whether it is the speed of response
Yeah.
to
Everyone wants everything now, right?
guests of your family, right? Your family is one part, but there's their guests who also want, like I said earlier, they have questions, they want their responses. So maintaining that consistency, but it's not because it's not cookie cutter,
Yeah.
because there's so many different variables at play. Sometimes I need to check back with the family, sometimes I need to check back with the hotel, sometimes I need to check back with the planner. So there's various people in play before I can even give, a simple response.
And obviously, you can't do all this, so you have a team. So you're
Of
trying to
course,
maintain that consistency throughout the team. So then I guess, would you say it's training, training, training?
lots of training,
Yeah, yeah,
lots of training.
that's the main. Okay, cool. So question number where are we? Three?
Okay, then
Yeah,
great.
question number three, yes. If you started again, what would you do differently?
Ah, so I'd probably spend more time telling our story.
Okay,
So when I started doing what I do now, I focused on the making sure it was all perfect,
right.
making sure all my T's were crossed, all my I's were dotted, making sure the experience. What I should have done is actually explained the value of what we do, because
Okay.
what we do is so intangible.
So selling the value rather than selling the dots and the T crosses.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I mean, if you actually begin, if once people understand this perspective, it's about the heart, the intention. It's not just about RSVP. It's not just about logistics. It's not just about hospitality, but it's about the warmth that we bring to every event.
yeah.
Um, it's yeah. I should have started off by telling my story, the story.
I think that's so beautiful because actually
Yeah,
we actually forget, and I've so often say this. I've worked so often with people who I call checklist tickers, who are
yeah.
just so worried about making sure that the itinerary is, we're ticking through the itinerary, that they forget to smile and be warm and to kind of make sure the environment and the hospitality is there.
That I have to say, you'll never find with anything that we do.
I I can hear that and I know that.
You'll never find that in what we do.
I
And
know.
that's really what it is. What we do actually elevates the entire guest experience.
Yeah, I know. And I love that. I love that sense of just looking after everyone, and I feel it. And you and I have worked on jobs together, and and I could see it then.
Yeah,
You're thinking through the all the details because there's an end goal of hospitality,
yeah,
and that's the value you're talking about, right?
that's the value I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. Okay, on to the next question.
Next one.
What do newer event companies consistently get wrong? And obviously, I don't want you to name anyone specifically, but what do they overlook? What are they getting wrong?
I wouldn't say consistently, because there's a lot of people who've understood this. Most of the companies that I work with have already understood this, but a lot of companies focus on the visual, the design, the decor, uh, and they're all important.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
the
Mm.
the artists, the performers, all of that is important. But the one takeaway that guests will have is how they felt, how they were made to feel.
Yeah, I love that. And that is so important, isn't it?
So
Yeah,
was my meal preference recorded? Small thing. Was I made to wait for a car? Was I, was I not able to find my way from
I
point A to
have,
point B?
I'm visualizing this story where we had almost 300 guests staying in a hotel, and they were all flying in. So they're not familiar with Singapore, and they all need to get their hair done before the evening event. And so we had hired a event space, and we'd hired a lot of hairdressers, just for the hair styling, and we had to run an appointment book prior to their arriving. And many ladies, the ideal is that, you come down with your wet hair, you have your hair styled, you go back upstairs, you get changed and you go to the event. But we can't have we can't do everyone at the same time. So some ladies are going to be getting their hair done at 2 p.m. and are going to have to
Yeah.
wait all afternoon with their hair done before the evening event, as you know. How do you
Yeah.
deal with that?
Actually, the salon is one of the hardest, hardest,
Yes,
hardest
I
parts of
know.
what we do. So yes, we do take appointments in advance, and yes, we do sometimes not take appointments in advance, and we just do it on our first come, first serve. But it's a really, really tough role for any team member to be handling. Because again,
Yeah.
you've got to handle it sensitively. You've got to make sure that everybody feels equally important. And they are, right? They are
Yes, they
all
all
are
are.
equally important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's a balance.
Yeah, it is
And
a
just because
balance,
you've
isn't
taken
it?
your appointment at 2 o'clock and shown up at 2:10, I've already got somebody at 2:30.
Yeah. You're going to
I've
delay
got to
the
make sure.
whole program.
Yeah,
And you, I can see how, I mean, it was that experience was tough. So I can see how it's a thing.
it's a very, very big part of all the weddings
Yeah.
that I
So
I'm very
yeah,
sensitive.
just adding, so yes, the aesthetics, the beauty, the gorgeousness, the stunning flowers, that's all wonderful. And you want that wow moment when the doors open and everyone walks in to sit
Yeah.
down and you want that aha wow. But to get there and to enjoy that, you have to have a lot of hospitality, right?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful, Canon, beautiful. Okay, question number 5. What's made the biggest impact on your growth?
So I'd say it'll be mm, relationships and
Okay.
consistency.
Consistency. So
Yeah, both.
focusing on that consistency and the relationships. Which are
Yeah.
your number one relationships?
Like I said, it's all of them actually. It's the planners that I work with, it's the families that I work with, it's the teams that I work with.
Yeah. Everyone, right?
It's everybody because ours is especially what I do within what we do, it's all about people.
Yeah.
And the other part is I'm a very, very small business in the
Yeah.
sense I don't do too many events. I every event that I take on is handled personally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of personal attention that goes into what I do. So I'm not sure that that contributes to any growth. There's only that much I
Do
can
you know,
do.
I actually think that is growth. That recognition that you can't do everything. I think
Yeah,
people forget, I always tell the story of when I had 12 employees and, it was so, and that's a small company for a lot of people, but there's a lot of people to manage for me.
yeah,
And when I actually grew by downsizing.
I get it.
Yeah. And
I
so
get it.
what is your key team? Who is your team and how do what is your structure? How do you negotiate? Do you work with freelancers a lot?
A lot of freelancers.
Yeah. That's the
And
model I think most people are going to, especially in the events industry.
yeah, the people who came on board to work with me in 2016,
Yeah.
2015 for a single event are
Yeah.
still with are still with
You-
me. So
when you find the good ones, you grab them, right? You're like,
yeah, and it's
Don't
not just
leave
about
me.
grabbing them.
Yeah.
It's about a lovely relationship that is established and an understanding, right?
Yeah.
Between them, between
I love that.
me. It's more than just a team member.
It's a friendship.
It's
Yeah.
a friend.
I love that. And it's so important to evolve those and I always say this, I mean, especially, because I also work with the Event School London and I'm also helping teach people that are entering the industry, not just event businesses. And I'm always say, you have to remember that this is a people industry and we're leaders. We're collecting people and bringing them along with us. It has to be meaningful.
And also, Nick, it's as important, like I said, the planners, the families, the teams. It's also the hotels that we work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a lot of cases, the hotels that I've worked with, it's the first time they're ever. It's less and less so now, but especially when we started doing this was the first time they were ever working with Indian weddings.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you've
So
really had to admit, yeah.
explain to them what our expectations are, what where to expect um, possibilities of trip ups, how to cover, how to make sure that they've got enough manpower to cover for those expectations.
Yeah. It's
It's
teaching and training everyone, right?
from all aspects of it.
So you have to, so I think I'm going to add one more. Your biggest impact on growth is your calmness.
Okay, I don't think my team would say that, but okay.
I know. But yeah, your sense of care, your sense of care.
But
Yeah.
I genuinely love every family I've worked with.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they
So it's
probably know that, and that's why they're coming back for all their children.
touch wood.
Do you meet a family, if they've got 7 children, you're like, hallelujah. Business for the next 7 years. No, I'm
No,
kidding.
no.
I'm
Three's
teasing. I'm
three's the
teasing.
maximum I've
It
worked
was,
with, but
yeah, no, I'm
three's been
obviously
good.
teasing. Yeah. Listen, Kanan, thank you so much. I think that was so insightful. You've shared some such wonderful information, and I really appreciate it. And last thing is if anyone wants to reach out, I will share your details
Please.
in the content below. And I'm sure, would you be okay if anyone reached out for more questions?
I'd be happy to answer.
Wonderful. Kanan, thank you so much.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. Bye.